Yemen is considered Arab world's poorest nations. अरब स्प्रिंग में होते हुए ये एक पोर नेशन कैसे हो गया, इसकी हिस्ट्री में जाने के लिए 2011 जाना पड़ेगा. लॉन्ग टर्म प्रेसिडेंट जिसको तबादला अगर किया गया या प्रेसिडेंटशिप को चेंज करवाने की बात की या अवाम के पसंद के प्रेसिडेंट को लाने की बात की गई 2011 में, उसके बाद इट वेंट ऑल डाउनहिल और आज यमन एक खाना जंगी का शिकार है. इसकी वजूहात क्या हैं, आज हम इस पे बात करेंगे इन राइट टू रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. Right, Mr. Mohammed, let's go back a little in time. Let's go back to 2011, where Mr. Ali Abdullah Saleh, there was a smooth transaction or a transition supposed to happen between Mr. Saleh and Mr. Hadi. What went wrong? Because when Mr. Hadi took over, Yemen was caught in problems such as attacks by the jihadists, separatist movements, corruption, and many other things. What went wrong?
Well, thank you very much to ask me this question. To elaborate the situation in Yemen, in 2011, as you were aware, there was a rise against the ex-president. So there was also mediation by the GCC countries, Gulf State countries, to prevent the country not to go in a civil war. So there was, according to this initiative, transition of power. The President Hadi has been elected by people, and so ex-President Saleh transferred the power to Mr. Hadi in February 2012. And the next step, it was also they formed the consensus government, and Houthis and Saleh parties also, they were in party in this consensus government. The National Comprehensive Dialogue, it was the third step. It went for 1 year and a half. There was obstacles by Houthis and also by Saleh, and there were sanctions against these two by the United Nations. But with the support of the United Nations, the National Comprehensive Dialogue finished in 2014, January. So we were happy, everybody, that Yemen will go for another, and we were also we were better off another conflict in the region. But Houthis at the middle, even they try to put constraints on front of the National Comprehensive Dialogue, which actually there was. It is the National Comprehensive Dialogue. It composed of the all segment of the society, including Houthis, the women, men, children. That is youngsters as well. So that all segments of the society. There were outcomes. The outcomes has to be finalized and go for referendum, and for referendum then they will be choose but the new style or the new form of the governance in Yemen. After that, when if there is approval by the people, it will go for elections and the parliament and presidential elections, and then they will have new modern Yemen.
So between 2011 and 2014, would you say Yemen was going through a fairly better time? Because in 2014 is when Houthis started their movement towards different cities, and they started capturing cities because of the weakness of the newly elected president.
Well, the president tried to escape the conflict. Houthis were trying to break out the conflict in Yemen, and the president tried by all means and ways. And the ex-president was supporting Houthis, and they were in alliance.
Yeah, but then they killed him in 2017.
Later on, he wanted to use them to regain the power, and they used him to control Yemen. Of course, they are with fanatics, extremist movement. They don't believe on democracy till today. They don't believe in democracy. They start advancement from 2011 toward the capital, while they were in the National Comprehensive Dialogue with the Yemeni parties. They were also building their military and militias. So they captured the lands after one another, and the president tried not to have confrontation with them, because what is behind them, the ex-president. So, but maybe it was not correct not to confront them. And then when they reached Sana'a, they cannot do anything. They put the president under the house arrest, and the president tried to negotiate them when he left to Aden. and try to again restart the negotiations. But Houthis and ex-president, unfortunately, they were reluctant, and they carry on to Aden, their advancement.
But let's go back to President Hadi then. I mean, President Hadi was competent enough to control all these problems, take care of all these problems. But doesn't that go out to show the incompetency of the presidency then, that when he was getting into the politics and taking over power from the previous president, he should have known that this could go very, very wrong?
Well, still, his President Hadi till today, he is also betting on peace. And peace, there is no, and the dialogue.
Absolutely. There's only one way out, dialogue, and this is how you get to peace, dialogue. As America has recently accepted that fact that from Afghanistan, if they have peace talks, there will be peace in Afghanistan and in the region. And I'm sure that you support peace in this region as well.
Till today, and we went 3 weeks ago to Stockholm, and we are supporting. Even the Houthis are reluctant to cooperate with the international community and to hand over the Al Hudaydah port to the government according to that agreement. But still, we are very patient about this, and we still, it is the less cost, it is peace, it is the lowest cost and good factor for the people.
Right. Let's talk about Saudi's involvement. I mean, obviously, Saudi doesn't want a Shia majority nation, is what they're scared of, because Iran, they basically start and blame Iran every now and then that Iran is directly or indirectly involved in this conflict. They have been supporting troops in, or the Shia, the Houthis specifically in Yemen. Now, Iran has denied it again, time and time again, that we are not involved in this, we are not supporting them. But obviously, Saudi Arab would want to be, would want there to be a Sunni presidentship or Sunni government. How is that affecting the whole dynamics of the situation?
Well, Saudis...
And also, do you agree that Iran is somehow involved in this?
Well, and you will start with the last question. You open their media and you will just read it. No need to ask me this question. Yeah. See, what the Houthis are talking, they are campaigning to do through all their media mechanism. Saudis are not interested in the conflict in Yemen, and they supported peace process right from the beginning. They treated President Saleh when he has been targeted by explosions in the mosque, unfortunately. So, Saudis supported Yemen to the last moment, give us oil, give us support for but unfortunately, when Houthis broke onto the capital, announced that they will liberalize al-Quds through Mecca, al-Madinah, and then they will make pilgrimage there.
And then they also tried firing towards Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia. That's when things escalated.
Yeah, the drones is being attacked, and the missiles. It's not Yemeni missiles, and Yemeni is poor. They cannot manufacture such missiles or the drones. It is from something else, from those who support Houthis. So the Yemen become a battlefield for them to destabilize Saudi from the. Otherwise, the division of the countries on sectarian, it is every country has different segment, all, and whether they are Sunni, Shia, they are citizens of that country. We don't have this problem with Yemen and in Yemen, and this is the thinking of Houthis. Even they changed the curriculum recently and try to instigate the people to in large scale conflict, but people are reluctant. We see it as a political this is war. Of course, someone is financing it or supporting it politically and materially and technologically.
Right. Back in 2015, Saudi Arabia and 8 other mostly Sunni Arab states they came into your help to help Yemen get rid of Houthis. Now, where do we stand when it comes to, having a dialogue with the Houthis? Would they agree to your terms? Would you agree to their terms? How does it go?
Well, Saudis are supporting the legitimate government.
Absolutely, that's the reason why they got involved.
And they supported all steps we are, and our steps are very clear. That is to support the international community, that is the United Nations mediation. This is so we are in consensus on this. We don't have differences on this regard at all. So whatever it brings peace to Yemen, even through pressurizing the Houthis militarily and also forcing them to go to the national dialogue, to the negotiations, and also through humanitarian reliefs as well.
But the humanitarian reliefs have also been stopped because the coalition army that is trying to protect Yemen now, they are sitting in a very tricky situation, if you would like to call it that, because Yemen and a lifeline, they basically 75% of the people are starving right now in Yemen, if I'm not wrong.
See, because Yemen is, first of all, Yemen is poor.
Absolutely.
And the crisis damaged every Yemenis in general. Secondly, Houthis are controlling only 20% of the land.
And you speak of, humanitarian, from the humanitarian point of view, the Saudi-backed government forces began an assault on the key rebel-held port at Hodeidah. That's basically where all your aid comes from for the people.
The aid, you see, we have other places.
I absolutely agree.
We proposed 5 centers for entering the in the eastern area. It is peaceful area, and the food comes from, the oil also come from, and the gas come from Marib, and also it could be from other, but the Houthis are blocking it by put levies, put extra taxes on them. Secondly, anything comes from the Arabic alliance that is supporting, it is whether it is confiscated or deprive the people from getting them. So it is orchestrated starvation, to prevent also from their opponents. They are investing on this to organize the people, to make a big issue for them, so the international community will pressurize on solution that is, it could be a fragile situation. Houthis are happy only with the solution that is to maintain them as they are. This is the issue.
Now, former general of Pakistan and retired now, Raheel Sharif Saab, he's heading the Saudi-led coalition forces, and he's been involved. Would you say that they have been successful so far?
Well, this is nothing to do with Yemen. This is another. This is countering international. This is Islamic. Coalition regarding countering terrorism. It's nothing to do with Yemen.
Okay. So what else would you expect from Pakistan? Because the reason why I asked about Raheel Sharif, because if not in the military terms, what do you expect Pakistan to do in this whole scenario?
Well, Pakistan, of course, its stand is a good stand. We are just appreciated. Supported Yemen and its legitimate government to be restored, and the government to be restored in the capital. It is in Aden, actually. We are running the country from Aden, and it's, of course, we wish that we get more support, but we do understand.
What sort of support? Would you say military support or dialogue support or financial support?
Well, it is that the circumstances of Pakistan financially is not in the position.
Absolutely. This is why I asked that,
otherwise, we are sure that Pakistan will not spare no efforts to help us in this regard.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed, for being on the show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.